First of all, if you don't understand English language, then turn on subtitles and you can read everything in your own language.
This is the story of Naruto Uzumaki. Fourth Great Ninja War just ended. Peace was a strange, ill-fitting garment for a world that had only ever known war. The Fourth Great Ninja War was over, a victory paid for in oceans of blood and mountains of ghosts. Konoha, the village hidden in the leaves, was rebuilding. Its scarred hero, Narutouzumaki, had finally traded his tattered flak jacket for the white and red robes of the Hokage. He was the seventh, the pillar of a fragile new era. His office, however, was his new battlefield, a war of ink and paper, of alliances and budgets. The only reprieve was the occasional silent message from the one man who refused to come home. Sasukeuchiha operated in the shadows, a voluntary exile. He was a scalpel in the darkness, cutting away threats before they ever reached the village gates. He was, in his own way, protecting the peace Jiraiya had once dreamed of. The world had fallen into a gentle quiet. You could hear the wind whisper and the birds sing, but it was a false quiet, the kind that holds its breath. This was the deep, still air before the hurricane. A danger greater than anything they had ever faced was hiding just out of sight, ready to crash down. Even so, our heroes stood firm. They were not afraid. They were ready. To protect the people they loved, they were willing to go further, fight harder, and break every limit they had. They would pay any price.
The first sign was not an explosion, it was a whisper. A report from the astrological division landed on Naruto's desk with a soft thud. A new star, it said. Uncharted, insignificant. Sasuke's hawk arrived 2 days later, its message curt: the sky is wrong. By the third night, the star was no longer a pinprick, it was an ember. By the fourth, it was a smoldering coal. By the fifth, it was a baleful crimson eye glaring down at them, brighter than the moon. It was no star. The village's finest minds, gathered in the Kage's council room, delivered the verdict. "It is a meteor," a pale-faced analyst reported, his voice shaking. "Its trajectory is absolute. Impact in 6 days." A suffocating silence filled the room. "Damage report?" Naruto asked, his voice a low rumble. The analyst couldn't meet his eyes. "There is no damage report, Lord Seventh. It's an extinction event. If it strikes, there will be nothing left to report. The continent, the world, all of it, vaporized." The clock had started. Panic was a wildfire, but the shinobi of the allied nations were disciplined. They contained it. They began to plan. Could they destroy it? Perhaps. Naruto, in his six-path sage mode, combined with the power of Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, might be able to shatter it. But shatter it into what? Sasuke argued, his voice raspy over a long-distance communication jutsu. 1,000 smaller burning pieces? We wouldn't save the world. We'd just change the method of its execution. We'd burn it to death instead of crushing it. No, destruction was a gamble, a child's solution. They needed something cleaner. It was then, on the second day of the countdown, that the second anomaly appeared. As if summoned by the celestial threat, a cave materialized from nothing. It was discovered by a sensor patrol in the Sea of Trees, a place of darkness and danger. It wasn't on any map. It simply was. The rumors spread faster than the fear. This was the Mystery Cave, a myth older than the villages themselves. A door that appeared once every 1,000 years. A place where the veil between the living and the dead was tissue thin. It was said that whoever entered never returned. It was also said that they could, and they could bring someone back. The implications hung heavy in the air, a taboo so great no one dared speak it. To defy death itself, it was a blasphemy. In the Hokage's office, Team 7, the saviors of the world. "We have to go," Naruto said, his gaze fixed on the crimson stain in the night sky. Sakura, her hands clasped so tightly her knuckles were white, nodded. "If the legends, they are," Sasuke said, stepping into the room from his own portal of swirling space-time. His single Rinnegan eye seemed to drink in the light. They all knew the risks of their own plan. Naruto and Sasuke's combined power was the world's greatest weapon, but it was still a blunt instrument against a mountain falling from space. Failure meant oblivion. "There is only one jutsu that can stop it without a fight," Sasuke stated, cutting to the core of the problem. "A jutsu that can move it, not destroy it, move it." The air grew thick with memory. A flash of yellow hair, a kind smile, the smell of ozone. "Teleportation," Naruto whispered. "Space-time ninjutsu. To warp it, to cast it from one side of the planet to the other, letting it pass us by. But the scale of it, who could possibly?" The name was obvious. The only man to ever master the jutsu to such a godlike degree that he could teleport an entire Biju bomb. The one man who had saved the village time and time again. The mission was set. It was not a mission of destruction. It was a heist. Team 7 would enter the mystery cave, breach the very walls of the afterlife, and find the only soul in history capable of pulling off the impossible. They had 6 days to find Naruto's father. They had to bring back the 4th Hokage.
The 6-day countdown has begun. Can Team 7 really pull off a heist on the afterlife? Or is this a myth that will cost them the world? Subscribe and like the video to see what awaits them in the darkness.